So I want to ask questions for both, I guess. This is more related in terms of your business model, right? So for Qlue, is definitely it's like B2G, B2B. For Seekmi, you kind of evolve from B2C and then B2B, right? How do you what do you think is the advantage of each business model?
Uh, I have one question for each. So let's start with Rama from Otto. What is your guiding principle in applying facial recognition in the public sector to avoid being abused or creating other ethical implications? How would you decide that a potential use case in public sector or government is not something you want to help implement?
It's not something that I want to help implement. Okay. Answer it now?
So
Okay.
yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah. So first, we need to see the purpose for this facial recognition. Most of the facial recognition that we are deploying is the purpose is safety and security for the government or as well as enterprises within their own premise. All of the data also for security is also will be stored within their own data center. So it's not somewhere in the public cloud or anything like that. So we need to see that basically it's just the purpose of the usage of the facial recognition at the moment. I know that due to this, not COVID-19, but what happened in the US the other day, IBM blocking facial recognition, I think stopping the development of facial recognition. But I think it's more on their feature of racial profiling. I mean, the how do you call that? The racial identifications, right? So it's not really. I see it's back to the purpose of the usage of facial recognition. It's either safety and security, or for payment. We also do that. So, and the data itself, where we store it, it has to be within the premises of the clients itself. In terms of regulations of facial recognition in Indonesia, it's not something that is already written in terms of policy, but we are working as well with the government to make sure we develop this technology to the extent where the government want to bring this. Like, for instance, in China, facial recognition is embraced, while like in the US and in public spaces, it's being banned, right? We want to also know how Indonesia is going to take this in the future in terms of facial recognition, because this is something new that is just being developed or being deployed in public area. But for us, we will say, okay, we're not going to do that if the purposes is to, let's say, I don't know, racial profiling or other purposes that we see that it's not right. But if it's for the safety of the citizens, we will deploy that. Or is it for safety of payments or anything like that, we will deploy it. I think it's quite simple.
Okay. And how would you decide that a potential use case is not something you want to help implement?
How would I decide?
How would you decide that a potential use case in public sector is not something you want to help implement?
Yeah, so basically just seeing the, when you're dealing with the government, you see the RFP, right? The proposal, that what they want to build, what they want to deploy. And you see the checklist. They say, oh yeah, the usage is for identifications of, I don't know, whatever it is that they want to do. But if I see that it's not right for the safety and security of the citizens, then we will not help deploy.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you, Rama. And for Clarissa, how do you maintain the quality of all manpowers to deliver the best result for customers?
Yeah, so that's a good question that we often get asked, especially now that we service large clients. They always need a very high level guarantee that the service will be done according to the agreed upon standards. So we actually run very stringent testing and also very comprehensive training in order to ensure that all the manpower on our platform are highly capable of doing the work that they're contracted to do. So for us, we start with even online testing, then we go to in-person testing, then we also have the training where they also have to pass tests. And if they don't pass, then they actually are not allowed to join our platform. And then, of course, when they have joined the platform, how do we maintain the ongoing quality is through a lot of systems. So through our tech platform, we're able to get feedback very, very quickly and identify any problem technicians. We can also identify which technicians are performing very well. And we have built-in systems to reward the high performing manpower and also penalize the low performing manpower. And that's how we ensure that all the manpower that join our platform, all the workers that join our platform, they are very, very highly qualified for the work, and also and then through our systems and also operations, we have a very strong operations team that we've built internally at Seekmi. They also help control and manage a lot of our manpower. So that's why, compared to a lot of other platforms that offer services, a lot of people trust Seekmi the most for the quality, because that's actually the number one thing that we have focused on from the very beginning, compared to a lot of other platforms.
Like Seekmi is like a platform that that started with the technology, right? And many others have done it like way long before you. And what made you better than the existing?
Sorry, what is better? I missed that part. It cut out a little bit.
What made you better than the existing players? How can you be better than them?
Yeah. So
I'm sure that they do these trainings as well, right?
Yeah. I think people, there are some platforms that do the training. I guess when we compare with all of our competitors, one thing that I am very proud about Seekmi is that we are constantly innovating. So we don't really look at our competitors so much. We always look at how we can improve what we're doing, and we focus more on customer satisfaction, and we focus on where we have made problems, and then we identify the root of that problem and solve that. And the other thing that we do very, very well is our technology, because personally for me, because of my background in technology, that's actually my biggest interest. How to utilize technology in order to manage a large workforce with a very, very small internal operational need on a per order basis. So that's always been our focus at Seekmi, is that we actually first started off as more of a eBay for services, like a Tokopedia for services, where we were not operational whatsoever. But then when we started focusing and becoming more like an Uber for services, a lot of people said you should hire the technicians yourself in order to maintain a high quality standard. And for me, I felt that was not the ideal, optimal way to build this platform. The optimal way was to continue to focus on technology, where we don't take shortcuts or short-term solutions. We focus on long-term solutions, which is how to build a scalable workforce that is very high quality, utilizing technology and very strong operational processes. And that's what we really focus on. Like through this through this COVID crisis, of course, like a lot of businesses, we've been affected. But instead of just, you know, maybe giving up or something like that, what we did is we spent all our time improving our operational processes and also improving our tech systems. Like that's been what we've been really focused on in the last few months, and that's already starting to benefit us compared to our competitors. And we believe that through those investments, it'll make our competitive advantage, you know, larger and larger compared to any other platform.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Next question from Farhan to Rama. What is your advice for early stage smart city startup for engaging with the government? Well, to engage with the government.